Hey Gemini, welcome to your reading. This reading will cover a period of time from October 18th, which is today, 2020, to November 15th. So I make these videos around every new and full moon. If you would like to see more readings like this, please subscribe to my channel. And also if you're interested in some astrological influences, right now we have Mars retrograde and Mercury retrograde going on simultaneously. So I made separate videos about both of these planetary events. And if you want to check out how to use the energy of those retrogrades to your advantage, you can see the links to these videos in the description to this one. So on this note, I'm shuffling my tarot deck and I'm getting ready to pull 3 cards for your sign, Gemini. So let's see what comes up. First, we have the 7 of Wands reversed. This card is talking about the energy of resistance, the energy of looking for obstacles, looking for almost excuses. And it's not because you don't want to do something. It's because you are so excited. You care so much. You are so connected to what it is that you're trying to do that you're just afraid. This is simply the energy of fear. So you're using your past experiences, your past situations, your past maybe failures or setbacks, and you're using them as a kind of excuse to not try this time. Maybe you, and this sometimes relates to entrepreneurial projects or to work-related things or to creative things. Which might be, you tried something, you launched a program, no one has signed up, you published a project, no one cared, maybe you got some negative feedback, but that is not, first of all, that's in the past. Second, that's not the reason not to do it again. That's not the reason not to express yourself. Gemini, you need to remember that you can't control what other people think, what other people do, and how other people respond to you. Similarly in business, if you've had a client or a situation where you did your best, but they didn't have the results, they didn't have, a good experience, or they couldn't achieve the success that you were helping them achieve, it's not necessarily your fault. It takes two, and it takes a person to be willing and be able to really engage and really show up and do the work. And sometimes the person you're working with isn't in that place, so you shouldn't take it personally. So if you've had some setbacks or perceived failures because someone didn't like your work, or someone didn't get the results, or someone didn't have a good experience, then that's not your responsibility, and you shouldn't take that personally. And most importantly, don't use it as an excuse not to try again or not to do something you really care about. If the most famous, the most known today artists and creators and writers did not publish their work because they were criticized, we would have a very depleted experience, a very impoverished historical kind of a background, because there would be a lot of most significant works missing, because they would simply not be created, because the author or the writer or the artist would care too much about what people would think. So you got to let that go. You got to let go what people think, what people perceive, what people will say, how people will react. You got to set that aside, and don't let that interfere with your creativity and your expression. Do it anyway. Show up anyway. Do it no matter what. And it doesn't matter. That's where the true power lies. When you allow yourself to do it anyway, to take action anyway, and kind of disconnect from what others will be like or from what they will react, that's when you truly connect to your own power. You feel this amazing feeling like, wow, I can do whatever I set my mind to, and I don't need anyone to tell me how or when or what. So do it anyway, Gemini. Show up and do it anyway. It doesn't matter what people think. And it definitely should not matter to you. So next card we have is the Moon in reverse, which is interesting because this is talking about you not facing some of your inner shadow aspects. You're not really connecting with the darker aspect of your own nature. So Gemini, this is an advice for you to deal with it, because if you're suppressing it, if you're pushing it under, if you're keeping it kind of submerged, you're not dealing with it, you're not engaging with it, then this is where the nightmares, the fears, the phobias come from, because they have no way to get out. They have no way to come to the surface. And if you have some dreams, some disturbing dreams, some disturbing visions, maybe some dark thoughts, don't ignore them. They're coming up for you to love them, to release and heal them through love. And if you keep avoiding them, that's how they kind of snowball to becoming these issues. So deal with them as they come. As they merge, don't try to submerge them back. Don't try to suppress or repress them. If you have a disturbing dream that really just kind of gives you strange vibes, and you wake up, you're like, yeah, I definitely don't want to think about it. I want to forget it. Try to instead investigate what are some of the symbolisms. What are some of the things that you remember from the dream that you can Google? What does it mean? Dream meaning, a car accident, dream meaning, plane crash, dream meaning, whatever it is. See what it means, because oftentimes our subconscious shows us symbols, shows us signs. And yes, they might be very strange, but in reality, they're not necessarily so straightforward. They might be pointing to something else that your subconscious mind can't quite communicate to you, in straight up kind of like logical sentences. Subconscious mind acts through symbols, but it is up to you to interpret the symbols and to try to understand what it is that your subconscious mind is trying to get you to pay attention to, so you can set yourself free, so you can resolve that and let that go. So Gemini, dear Gemini, pay attention. If anything disturbing comes up and maybe you lash out, maybe you say things that you're like, I can't believe I said those things, I can't believe I acted like this, I can't believe I had this incident yesterday, or had this strange dream last night, or had this vision come up. Pay attention to it. Don't shy away from it. It's only coming to serve you. It's not coming to scare you. It's not coming to get you to freak out. It's coming for you to heal it. And now is the time to heal it. Don't postpone it. Don't delay it, because otherwise it might get bigger and worse and scarier. But it doesn't have to. You can just address it now. The last card for you, Gemini, is the Fool, but it's reversed. It's one of my favorite cards, and it's here to remind you that all your great ideas, dear Gemini, have equally the same potential of becoming true, but they also have an equal potential of becoming nothing if you don't take action on them. So whatever your big dreams, big desires, big ambitions are, this card is not here to tell you, hey, you can't do it, it's silly. No, you can absolutely do it. But it's time for you, Gemini, to choose one or two or maybe three and really start taking steps towards creating it, towards making it real, towards turning your dreams into reality. Don't just sit there and wonder about these endless ideas and possibilities. If you have too many ideas come up and you're like, I don't know which one, then write them all down and see which one kind of resonates more. Which one, actually, another question is, which one can you start taking steps towards right now? Which one can you start acting towards now? That one, take that one and run with it. And if you're running with it and you have this kind of more ideas coming up and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm getting totally overwhelmed, then again, just write them down so you don't have to forget them. You can still do them. There will still be time for you to implement all of your visions. But instead of carrying all of that around in your head, just simply write it down and keep it so that you don't have to remember, but that so you can also focus on taking action steps towards the idea that you're choosing to bring into reality. So remember, this card is not saying, hey, listen, you can't do it. It's saying, yes, you can do all of it, but you can also not do any of it. And it's really up to you. So your visions are not given to you to just sit there and think about them. They're given to you so you start taking action, so you start bringing these visions into reality. But choose one or two, max three. Don't choose like 10,000 and then, be surprised that you're not really making progress. You really need to focus, but also don't give up on the other dreams. Write them down, keep them in a place, maybe type them out on your phone or in your computer, something, so that you know that they're there and you can get back to them when you are able. So Gemini, I hope this reading serves you. I hope it gives you the information you were seeking. If you like these types of videos, if you like these types of readings, please subscribe to my channel and hit that bell button, because I upload around every new and full moon. So about twice a month, sometimes 3 times a month, depending on the schedule of the moons. And it's not exactly on the moon because of depending on my availability or what I'm doing, but it's always around the time. So if you don't want to miss any readings, please hit that bell button, very important. And if you want to check out the videos I made about Mercury retrograde and Mars retrograde, those are linked in the description to this video, but I'll also try to attach them after this live is finished and uploaded. So thanks again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, Gemini, and until then, take care. Bye.